Airbnb arbitrage. This business model brought me from 0 to 50K a month within 2 years, and I started at 18 years old. Hold on, look. I'm gonna tell you about this business model. It's kind of untapped and people don't know much about it, and it's accessible to any age. I have a 17-year-old mentee right now. He was 16, now he's at 5 units. So let me kind of hit the whiteboard and show you the framework of this business model and how it's set up. And I'm gonna go into detail and tell you exactly how you can do the same thing at any age. The thing is, look, I'm gonna be honest with you. You just have to be responsible with your money. Yes, can this business model be started at any age? It could be if you're 16 plus, and there's ways to do it if you're under 18. But you have to learn how to leverage your credit. You have to learn how to be responsible because, anyone can start a business, but not anyone can do a business correctly. You just have to have the right mindset to do it. So let me hit the whiteboard and kind of give you the basics of the business and take a bit of a deep dive into the business as well. So look, let me give you a very easy diagram of the business. So first, you're gonna create your LLC so you can have a legally binding LLC so you can sign contracts with. Second, you're gonna get funding. So I teach people how to kind of leverage your credit. That's why I say leveraging your credit is so important, especially if you don't have startup capital. And even if you do have startup capital to start up your business, which in this case, the startup capital is mostly gonna be on furnishing the property. And I'm gonna get into that in a second. So if you don't have startup capital, learn how to leverage your credit correctly. One thing I'm going to tell you guys about credit is even at any age, let's say you're 16, 17, you can add yourself as an authorized user on someone's account that has a good credit score. It could be your parent, could be someone you know. It doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't have to be someone in your bloodline. And I know I got a haircut. Tell me how you feel about the haircut in the comments below. I'm kind of messing with it a little bit. I think it's a little bit more professional. You guys, I got a shirt on in this video. I know a lot of you complain about me not having a shirt on. So I put a shirt on for you guys. Givenchy on my chest, you know what I mean? But like I was saying, funding, if you're over the age of 18, get a credit card. If you have no credit, sometimes the bank tell you to get a cash secured credit card. So basically a credit card that you get by putting like $100 to $500 down for them to make sure that you're actually fundable and you're going to pay the money back. So they actually hold your money for a little bit and then you get your money back. So don't think that money's going to be on hold forever. Listen, utilize ChatGPT. I tell you guys, you have a supercomputer in your hand. You have a supercomputer that you're watching the video on. Utilize ChatGPT, utilize DeepSeek, these AI things that you can ask any questions. A lot of you ask, what does Net30? Net30 is a credit building platform. You can finance certain things, like anything that they accept you for, and then it can build your credit. And that goes with your LLC. Whenever you create an LLC, make a Net30, finance something through Net30 so you can start building your credit with your LLC. And listen, if you have an LLC and you apply for business funding, then they base it off your personal credit, so you can still get funding even if your LLC doesn't have a credit score. Look, after funding with this business model, you're gonna find a property. And how can you find a property? By doing cold calls. There's a certain pitch. I pitch myself as a corporate housing company and I'm looking to rent a property from landlords. So this whole business model is basically where you find a property on a website like Zillow, apartments.com. You reach out to the owner and you basically ask them to put their property on Airbnb and rent the property from them. But it's not that easy in terms of the words. You don't just ask them to do it. There's a certain pitch that you do. What are they looking for? You got to put that in your mind. What are these owners looking for in terms of someone leasing the property? They're looking for someone to take care of the property. They're looking for guaranteed cash flow, and they're looking for less wear and tear and someone to take care and keep signing the lease year on end. Because realistically, a regular tenant is gonna go into that property. A regular tenant is gonna sign a year lease and then they're gonna leave after a year. The landlord is gonna be left with a month or two without any cash flow coming in, and realistically they're gonna have to spend money to get the property back up to par, whether that's carpeting, whether that's paint, or whatever it is. So you're coming in and you're solving all their problems. That's why they want to go with you. And a lot of you ask in the videos, why would they do that themselves and make more money on Airbnb? Because number one, they don't have the time. Number two, they don't have the knowledge. That's pretty self-explanatory. It's a pretty dumb question if you guys ask that question, but not all questions are dumb. Some questions are dumb. In my mind, it is dumb, but I'm sorry if that offends you. But at the end of the day, landlords aren't gonna do it themselves. They just want their guaranteed rent. They don't know how to set their pricing up. They don't know how to set a listing up. They don't know how to manage guests correctly. At the end of the day, there's a hospitality business, but you can easily learn it. Just with any business, you can easily learn it. And the reason I love this business, the reason I went into this business, because it can be fully automated. Not every business can be automated, not 100%. You're still gonna be working on the business business versus in the business. You're not going to be doing cleaning. You're not going to be doing the handiwork. You're not going to be doing the hands-on, on-ground work because you have virtual assistants doing things for you. Even they're navigating and managing the cleaners and the handyman. They're also taking care of guest communication, where you can focus on finding more properties and finding more revenue to drive into your business. And that's what I do. Well, I was started at zero because I had a part-time job. I was a valet. So I started from like 2 to 3K a month all the way up to 50K a month from my business that's coming in right now. I'm on track this year to hit like 60, 70, maybe 80K months, depending on how much and how fast I want to grow. And keep in mind, I just said how fast I want to grow. It's up to you how fast you want to grow this business. Could I have been at 100K a month right now? Yeah, that's if I fully actually locked in. Most of the time, we are half locked in. And you know, that's what I came to conclusion with in the past 4 months. I'm like, damn, I've been half locked in. Imagine these past 2-3 years, if I was fully locked in, I would actually be able to get to 100K, 150K a month. But realistically, I was half locked in and I came to acceptance of that. But I didn't come to acceptance so I'm gonna be complacent. I came to acceptance and say, I was half locked in, now it's time to get fully locked in. That's why you guys see me saying so consistent with these videos, me staying consistent with my social media, me staying consistent with my business, because I want to life max. I want to do as much as I possibly can and spread a positive energy on the world. And that's a big reason why I started this channel overall. And you know, let me stop yapping. Let me kind of get into the business model. Like I was saying, find the properties, websites like apartments.com, Zillow.com, and you find properties for rent. And yes, you could find properties to buy. And a lot of people say, why wouldn't I buy it rather than rent? Well, look, when you're renting a property, let's say its setup is like 4 to 8K with furniture and rent. If you're buying a property, you're putting down at least probably 20K, at least 6 to 8K on furniture. And now, you know, you're spending 20 to 30K on startup rather than spending 6 to 8K on startup for one Airbnb, which you did with a rental property. So you can do it with the property that you purchased. And that was my original idea when I first started the business. But I was 18, no bank wanted to finance me, and I figured out, you know, I'm gonna get all my cash flow up. I'm gonna make as much money as I can right now, so later, you know, at this point right now, then I can start buying properties. I can start investing and putting my money into properties, building equity, not only profits from the Airbnbs, but building equity as years go on, because all those mortgage payments go towards the equity of the home and the appreciation of the home yearly. And now you can write off on your taxes depreciation 10% value of the home every single year. Don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure it's 10% depreciation on the investment property every single year. For example, let's say I have a $400,000 property. I can write off $40,000 off my taxes to offset my taxes every single year because I own that $400,000 property. And that's free game right now. All I do is give you guys free game, but you don't fucking listen. I'm just gonna ask you to listen, and just like I said, Ramadan Mubarak to all my viewers, the one that are celebrating Ramadan right now. But let's get back to the video. Look, after you find a property, you're gonna sign a lease. So there's certain lease terms. You're gonna put an addendum where it allows you to sublease the property onto Airbnb. After you find a lease, you're gonna furnish the property. That's where the funding comes in. You're gonna furnish the property and design it correctly. After you furnish the property, you're going to list it on Airbnb, and listing, basically the copywriting, the listing, the photos. You're gonna make sure you get professional photos, and along with listing, you're gonna set up the dynamic pricing, because you gotta have your pricing on point for you to actually profit. You know, Airbnb isn't like how it was back in the day. You can't just throw furniture in a property and expect it to make money and just set $100 a night. That's not how it works. You know, I have dynamic pricing, so every single one of my nights is a different price based on supply and demand. My weekends are automatically 50 or 60% of the weekdays, and depending on the supply and demand in the area, and depending what's going on in the area, like last weekend I made $1,000 a night because there was a big event happening in the city. There were 100,000 people coming in, and I know that, and I adjust the pricing based on that, and I have my software, so then the pricing automatically adjusts. Just like I say, in systems and automations, that's how you actually grow your business. You know, I'm all about making a lot of money, but I want to make money with doing the least amount of work possible and having everything outsourced, because at the end of the day, right, if I have all this money, how am I going to enjoy it if I don't have the time? So this is one of those businesses where you can actually have time while making money, so you can enjoy your life and have a business that's cash flowing you. All the other businesses where you have to be hands-on, constantly doing things every single day, those are good, you know, especially for making good money, but the problem is you don't have your time. Some things like trading is also a good business to get into, but it takes a lot of discipline, it takes a lot of time to get started. This is pretty straightforward, so once you actually learn the basics and know how to get your Airbnb up and running, it's basically rinse and repeat. So after I said list, it's up to cash flow. Once you cash flow, repeat. So with the money that you make from the Airbnbs, you're obviously going to pay off your 0% APR credit card. So that's the funding, right? You want to get 0% APR credit cards anywhere from 12 to 24 months. With this money, you basically invest into the furniture, and with Airbnbs, you get 100% ROI. You know, a lot of you say, what if I rent this property and I don't make money? Look, there's calculated risk and there's risk. You're going to make a calculated risk. A calculated risk is you're going to run numbers, know exactly how much this property is going to make, and you're going to go into a deal knowing how much it's going to make. A risk is you just jumping into the deal, not knowing what the hell you're doing, which is what most people do, because people think they can just do shit on their own, just wing it, and then everything's gonna come into play. And then when shit doesn't go their way, they're like, God, why are you doing this to me? God, why did you make me fail? Look, you didn't even seek knowledge. You really didn't even try. You tried to do the bare minimum. And that's what the problem is with most of society, is that they do the bare minimum and they try to see the maximum amount of results, which nothing works like that. And if you actually started a business and you failed and you kept going, then you would understand that nothing works like that. Big thing that I try to tell people is you learn mostly from the failures that you make. And a big part and a big way to get past failing and to prevent failing, which isn't gonna fully prevent it, is by learning from someone that's been through it. That's the whole thing. Learning from someone that's been through the thing that you're currently trying to do is the fastest way you are going to find success. With this business model, I paid $4,000 for a 6-hour masterclass, and I took notes and I learned as much as I possibly could, and that's how I learned this business. I've probably spent $20,000 on mentorships in the past year to continuously increase my knowledge on the business and in life in general, not just Airbnb, life in general. It's like I was saying, guys, invest in yourself. And look, let me give you a example of how a deal kind of looks. For this example, we're gonna say there's an Airbnb that costs $8,000 to set up, right? And let's say you get a $12,000 0% APR credit card for 12 months, not even 24 months. Let's just say 12 months. So they give you $12,000 to spend. This Airbnb costs you $8,000 to set up. So now you're left with 4K. So put that 4K to the side, whatever. So this Airbnb costs you $8,000 to set up, and after running your numbers, it's gonna produce $5,000 in revenue. Let's say for this Airbnb, the rent's $2,000 a month. So for this example, let's say the rent is $2,000 a month. And why did I say there's $3,000 in expenses? Because look, there's other expenses other than rent. Your big expenses are going to be rent. After rent comes cleaning, and then utilities, and then softwares. So rent, let's say it's $2,000 a month. Cleaning, let's say $600. So now we're at $2,600. Let's say utilities are another $300. So now you're at $2,900. And let's say softwares, which they don't really cost as much, are $100. So now you're with $3,000 in expenses, $5,000 in revenue. So now you're cash flowing $2,000 a month in profit. So with this, it's gonna take you approximately 4 months to pay off this credit card up here, because 4 times 2 equals 8. For this example, let's say you don't make $2,000 a month. Let's say it makes just $1,000 a month. So this expense turns into 4 rather than 3. So now you're making $1,000 a month. So now you gotta make $8,000. You times that by 8, it's gonna take 8 months to pay that initial setup up. And the thing is with Airbnb, you know, there's not many businesses that give you 100% ROI, which, if those of you don't know what ROI is a return on investment. So there's the S&P 500, the stock market on average, if you invest into it, is going to give you 5% a year. The high yield CD savings account with the banks are going to give you 5-6% a year. What really gives you a 100% ROI on your investment? Not many businesses, and that's the reason I like the business so much. A lot of you say, what if I go bankrupt? Look, let's say you start a restaurant. You're investing 40 to 60K minimum getting that up and running, and you're seeing 10 to 15% profit margins. At the end of the day, you can go bankrupt with that restaurant because you can't really anticipate how much money you're gonna make. You can't really automate it. Managing a restaurant is gonna be the hardest thing you can do. And let's say fuck a restaurant, even like a normal business. Let's say you spend 10, 20, 30, $40,000 setting up that business. You can't really estimate the revenue, or you can, but at the end of the day, what you want is a automated business. This business will bring you 100% return on investment if you run your numbers correctly. I'm not gonna lie to you and say any Airbnb is gonna make you money. No, you have to run your numbers correctly. You have to run your expenses correctly to know exactly the deal that you're going into. Just like I said, calculated risk. The way that we're able to start this business and get cash flowing and pay this $8,000 off. So let's say, for example, 1,000 times 12. That's $12,000 in cash flow. After we pay off the $8,000 the first year, we're cash flowing $4,000. So it's more than 100% ROI depending on the deal. Let's say this was $12,000 and you still pay the credit card off. So like I was saying, leverage your credit correctly. Don't just spend on dumb shit. You don't get this 12-month 0% APR card so you can go spend it at the club, so you can go spend it on a Rolex or some dumbass thing. And by the way, guys, follow my Instagram right now. But look, like I was explaining, I just broke down the entire business for you. And if you haven't liked this video already, make sure to leave a like right now, because I literally just spit so much game. I took 20 minutes of my time trying to put you on, trying to help you increase your life, trying to help you increase your income and your revenue. So make sure you lock in and you listen and study what I told you. And listen, if you want to learn more about the business, the crash course link in bio is literally like 20 bucks. So it's basically free for you. I wanted to peep this real quick. One of the subscribers sent in a piece of merch. I think the brand is called Vori. Tell me what y'all think about this sweatshirt. Give them some feedback, even if you're hating on it, even if you don't like it. Tell me how you feel about it, man. There's nothing on the back. On the front it says Vori. I think he sent some socks in too. Here's the socks that he sent in. This is the sticker. So give him some feedback. Let him know how he can improve his clothing brand in the comments below. And for those of you who want to send me stuff, I'm gonna link the PO box. So PO box 108 Amelin, Ohio 43002. That's the PO box that you can send me stuff if you want. Hope you guys greatly benefited from the video, and I spit a lot of game in this video. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe. If you want to learn more about the business, crash course link in bio. Make sure you follow my Instagram, because I'm always constantly posting updates on Instagram. You can always DM me any questions you have. I try to get back to every single DM. I think until now I've gotten back to every single DM, except for the people that, you know, just try to pitch me on editing and all marketing and all this stuff. You can pitch me. It just takes me a little more while to look at it, because I kind of identify it. My Instagram identifies it as spam. So maybe whatever you want, lock in. It's Ramadan right now. I'm about to go to the gym. I'm about to finish my water bottle here because I'm literally dehydrated right now. I just broke my fast, and now I'm recording this video for the benefit of you guys. So make sure you respect that. Make sure you're leaving a like. I'm about to go down to the gym right now and get a nice workout in. You guys stay tuned. In about 10 days, I'm about to move into a new penthouse. You guys are going to see the glow up. I also got another surprise for you, and it's something that's neon, it's something that's fast, and something that has a little bit of burble. For those of you who like cars, you guys are gonna see what I get. Or comment in the comment section what you think I bought, what you think I'm going to buy. You know, the reveal is coming soon, but I'm not gonna reveal it yet. You guys, you know, I'm gonna build a little bit of suspense over it. But just like I said, like the video, I love you guys, and you know, I always leave you guys with this. Make sure to pray to God. If you are not praying to God right now, you are sleeping. Imagine if you went to sleep tonight and you didn't wake up tomorrow and you died. Now you're late. Every day is another opportunity to pray to God and repent. And you know, we are all humans. We're not perfect. All you gotta do is pray. All you gotta do is put in effort. If you walk towards God, He runs to you. If you run towards God, He sprints to you. That's all I gotta say. So lock in, follow the Instagram. Always say Alhamdulillah. And you know, I'm out. Hope you benefited.